techies up against an Enigma +1, I think they should be able to have a very good lane there. Do you also agree?
The last Dark Will?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it should be just fine. Just seeing... Okay, it's going to be Skyrest playing into that.
So I think I said Morph Techies. I meant Morph Bat, sorry.
Yes, you are correct.
So, again, I don't think anything changes. Support's very reliant on levels, and they also do a crap load of damage in the early game, which is going to be important. There is a lot of kill potential on everyone across the map. I even think the Tide can go down this game. Because, I mean, what do we... Let's think about the build for Shining against the Anti-Mage. You don't go Meteor Hammer, right? I mean, there's no value. Do we agree on that? No Meteor?
I think they kind of might be forced to, is the thing. Like,
Okay.
I'm really feeling like they're lacking tower damage, personally. And, you know, just something else to be able to stop the Willow from Shadow Realm TPing away feels pretty nice. Something that's just going to keep your mana up. Not for the lane, but for the game as well. I don't think this is a game where Soul Ring is necessarily an option for the Tide Hunter. So for me, it's like double Bracer into a Boots into Meteor Hammer is the go for me.
I also see the value out of the Meteor. It's just a question of like how many times you're going to use it in the lane. Apologies, fucking fire up. The value that it provides is just booting the Anti-Mage into the jungle, which of course he very much doesn't want to be in. So again, we spoke about Vanguard. That is pretty much an item we see very often when you're laning versus the Anti-Mage.
Not for a Tide,
after that though. True, not for a Tide though. So after that, what are we looking at? Because like you might be needing some magic resistance when you're going up against the Sky Dark Willow plus the Storm. So we're thinking potentially Meteor into Pipe. Is there another item you could be looking at? Second item?
Meteor into Pipe seems totally fine for me. I'm just thinking as well, like, is there anything... I know you're a Tide and you don't want to go Vanguard, but I'm just seeing, like, is there anything that's going to give value with a Vitality booster? Probably not this game, so I think he wants to be able to avoid it. Yeah, Pipe seems totally fine, especially against the Enigma, right? Like, he's got the Midnight Pulse as well. It pierces debuff immunity, but it is still magic damage, so Pipe is going to be able to protect not just himself, but also the Morphling, who might be strength morphed at some periods in a lot of these fights, so that should be pretty good for him as well. But are they even in a position to, like... You're playing with the techies, right? He's got enough movement speed. He might just pull the first few waves to make sure that Shining gets into a first few of those item timings.
I don't think the first couple of waves are hard because you just spam your spells. I hope he goes Gush, and he did. You just go Gush and spam a techies, right-click and bomb, and I think the first couple of waves are actually going to be pretty good.
It's already leveled up the mana break on God King, so he's not going to be in a position to, like, you know, blink away from that aggression or counterspell the Gush or anything like that. They know that they've got this kill threat with a Bat Rider, with a Techies, with a Tide. So much to have to deal with.
Yeah, there is actually even a, I think, or hold that because we're going to find First Blood. Oh, what do you know? 5 heroes. I found him, guys. Found him indeed. Echoes gets the First Blood. It's going to be a nice way to be able to help out this lane. I can even, I know you brought up the Soul Ring before. I really can see a world where he goes Soul Ring and just spams Gush, like goes 2 points, like puts a lot more emphasis in Gush, maybe 2, and with the nuke of techies, you could actually play that lane until maybe like level 4 and 5.
So what are you thinking? Like, he goes Gush and then they look to brawl a lot more rather than try and trade farm? Because, you know, if the anti-mages are getting farmed, then the Morphling's going to have a much freer time. Yeah, exactly that.
You can just, like, I think that is, there's a lot of potential for Shining to play this lane different ways. So I'm very intrigued. At the moment, he does have the Bracer and he's actually going to go phase to one of the other ways.
It looks like he's setting up for a Soul Ring, right? He'll have 2 Gauntlets of Strength plus the Bracer recipe for himself. So I actually sells one of the Gauntlets and just brings out the Bracer instead. But I could see him just having that secondary Gauntlet, right? Just to be able to set up for the Soul Ring.
Yep. So we'll see. We've got some exciting lane set up. Should be a good best of one here between boys, again, we'll see what Big Brain, how they're going to be able to overcome that previous defeat and how this mid lane is going to go as well. Because, I mean,
he was just standing in the middle of that creep wave, taking a few right clicks, not just from the heroes, but the creeps as well, and he's going to die.
This is the thing. This is why I suggested the Soul Ring with Gush and Techies, because we've seen what Gush and Techies can do, man. This is a stupid lane, and Normal Lane has gone for all the stats, and he's going to go Bracer as well on the Techies. So this could be very volatile now. They're going to do it once again.
Surely not.
I like what Desire is doing, like just running at Normal Lane, making sure that Techies cannot freely right-click.
Grenaded. Oh, there it goes. Waited for the tango to be expended. All right, value. The most important thing, of course, is that AM doesn't have that initial death after just TPing back to the lane as well, so at least should be able to bring God King up to his level 2. I wonder if he's asking for Desire just to stay out of the lane so that he gets it as quickly as possible. It's able to blink away from any continuous aggression that they might be going for.
Really gets that second level. Is going to be a lot of pressure put onto him. So we'll keep paying attention until then. Nothing else is really happening in other side lanes. They're going to get the jump before the... Oh, my lord. All right, dude.
Blast off.
Just beautifully done. Blast off as soon as the blink was being channeled, but not fast enough. Now we can look at some of the lanes. Let's see how top lane is shaping up at the moment. Morphling Batrider up against Enigma and the Sky. They might be able to get a pull off here. That's going to do his best to disrupt. I think the pull still does go through.
Half pull? No, full pull. No regen left, though, on this bat, so he's really not going to be able to contest this at all. Should be a couple of range creeps that actually end up getting dealt with. No flame break for another couple of seconds to be able to potentially secure these the experience from that. So that's a pretty big deal for this top side. You know, Morphing's one of those heroes that just needs to get up to, like, the level 4 timing, I suppose. But even just against the Enigma with the Eidolons, once they're split, you kind of need that waveform just to be able to break away from a lot of the aggression that they're pumping in onto you. Focusing down the bat instead. Again, Eidolon power.
I'll get him. I mean, this top lane's going very well. That pull is just completely disrupts the lane. That's going to continue to have the creep wave in a great position. Are you a bit surprised they were able to have this hard camp open when you have an Enigma?
Yeah, very surprised, to be honest, right? You're always going to naturally just, like, shove waves in quite effectively if you want to. You know, I haven't seen what CSJ has been using the demonic conversion onto, but considering the hard camp is in the way that it is, I wouldn't even hate seeing him use it onto, like, an enemy creep instead of an ally one. Speaking of him, though, getting a little bit of the business. Blood Grenade might help him out. So we'll be able to back off.
As well, we see the mid lane's going pretty well. Normal Lane even has to leave bottom to potentially help Echoes. We'll be able to take the Water Rune away, so Sakata, we'll see one of the boys want to tactically feed to refill the bottle.
It's just another one of these lanes that should be Storm favored, but he gets the first blood of the Ember Spirit, and then suddenly it's an early bottle, and he's got a 400 net worth lead over the Storm. Like, when can we see these matchups actually end the way that they should, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. First bloods, man. They can do something. So you just see how value it is to get it on the mid laner as well. Echoes is chilling. He is chilling. Orb Corrosion now. It's going to be able to have a good time. If they continue to enable him as well with sealing water runes and power runes, and he's even going to have a greater time. So good start overall, but of course Radiant, they're still neck and neck as well. Even though it's a 1,000 net worth lead, you do see that this Enigma is getting a lot out of the lane. Anti-Mage has kind of been able to restabilize, well, I should say just stabilize bottom lane. But it's still not like he's free farming though.
Wondering if Echoes is actually, he might be looking to make a kill attempt here onto Sakata.
Far out, super close.
If he's able to do that before Sakata hits onto level 6, that'd be huge for him, but...
Big kill. Good trade, but of course...
Tactical.
Whenever Erica gets the kill, and yep, tactical, there you go. Just TP mid, refill. Whenever Erica gets the kill though, He's going to be loving life. Some solo experience for him. This guy shouldn't really be able to zone him out by himself.
Hit level 6 just prior to Ember. Absolutely will need that tactical TP. He just wants to pick that level 6 up as quickly as possible, with Storm having to walk all the way back to base and White still hanging around, making sure that the power rune, the first power rune of the game, does go the last Dark's way. It's going to be bottom as well. Not a horrible one to be able to have. You're much less concerned about a Skywrath now rotating towards you with that Ancient Seal or the Brambles. They know that they've got a potential opportunity to go in onto Erica on this top side with a 2v1, but they're not really in too much danger.
Cicada's actually going to TP in to try and help out. That's a pretty good blast off, but Shining still should go down. Cicada's going to be rewarded with a kill. That is a much needed rotation, but look at it. Oh, he actually jumps in. I thought he jumped out for a second. Echoes should be able to mirror this and get his own kill, so it does not matter. They nullify each other's movement. Well, in fact, Mobs, you will be definitely happy. Echoes gets a full wave now as well. Very nice to them.
Is going for that Meteor Hammer build as well on Shining. Again, I feel like it's so necessary. They had no one that was going to be able to take towers, and I really feel like Tide on his own generally is fine, but against someone like an anti-mage, you just make sure that you never have any mana to be able to make these anchor smash plays with. As well, at least he was able to yoink away that Wisdom Rune on the Batrider.
Oh, no way. Oh my god. What happened to the... Okay, Normal Link got the other one as well. Yeah.
I didn't see, did you see if Echo got the boots first, or did he go to the Blades of the Attack? So I wouldn't have hated to see him go Blades of Attack first, just to be able to, again, just dominate the Storm, make sure that he's not able to get this net worth in the lane, and you're just focused about dishing out a lot of that heavy right-click damage. You know, Desire, Skywrath Mage, they've already got such low armor, 3 and 1 respectively, and you've already picked up an Orb of Corrosion, you've got a Gush to be able to play with. I really want to see him trying to connect through to Shining as much as possible. Probably once he's got he's actually got enough for the phase boots now on the Ember, and he's got a double damage as well. So, yep, absolutely can look to make this sort of play now. He's going to go top instead.
They're dead top.
Yeah.
Any stunners? Oh, they got the damage instead. And now CSJ is not going to escape as well. Dude, this early game, it's getting to disaster territory. Like, this is not how you can start with an anti-mage lineup. You are, like, now you need to be looking at how can you get your supports levels. Desire level 5.
Out of mana.
And as a result, he might be in some danger. Echoes, does he want to go for it? Not with Desire showing up, so it looks like the Dark Will is going to be enough of a deterrent. Nice dodge.
Has a clarity to be able to play around with, though. Probably not getting as much as he would have wanted out of the... Oh.
Ravage into the blast off. They got the damage. Ambitious,
stays connected.
But I like it. That is a Shad move. Oh, he dies.
Yep.
Ah, of course. My apologies. It's a techies. 98 damage. My bad. Sorry.
9 minutes in. So stupid.
He's out of the lane now, dude. What do you do? No one plays bottom. Top is almost unlaneable now as well, with the Morphling being top net worth in level 7. And because Ember had a great time.
You looking at these net worths, speaking of the anti-mage and the techies?
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Cicada has to go A this game. I see on no other way. Oh, nice silence timing. He's going to have enough health back. Lotus could be eaten. And he got the Action Shift up before the Black Hole. Oh, the first one of the game. Not what you're hoping for out of the Enigma.
It's Morbin time. That's what he said. And, well, he was able to get out of it. And, yeah, it really does feel like Cicada, like you said, will need to pop off. But I really don't think that a Storm Spirit... Yeah, he is. I don't really think a Storm Spirit is the best hero to be able to do... you know, any sort of significant damage against a Tide, against a Morphling, against even an Ember Spirit with the game that Echoes is having. Like, what is a Storm Spirit going to do against that? You don't have damage to be able to kill them solo.
And yeah, losing those Wisdom Runes are huge. So you've got the Mystic Flare now at least. Dark Willow's got a smoke. She's going to try and soak experience mid.
Normal End was level 7 at 9 minutes. Like, he actually hasn't gotten much in this last little bit, just off the back of that double Wisdom Rune play, off of the kills that he's been able to secure onto God King. Like, this man is a very, very good position 4 player. One of those under-recognized ones. I know you said Ice was your position 4, but Normal End is... I'm considering him as mine. Either him or DQQ, yeah.
Here we go. Can they tank it up? They're not going to be able to. Now, Normal End, well, he jumps into his own grave. So that is what you need to do. Rinse, repeat, continue to make these plays. Cicada and the 2 supports together, that is your way back into the game.
Go for a smoke. This time around, there's no ward to be able to scout out this sort of movement. I'm just a little worried that you're not going to have the burst damage without the Skywrath Mage Mystic Flare to be able to kill this Morphling. You're going to need to get real lucky, get that quick jump without Erica being able to react with the attribute shift. Save himself.
No one's showing mid.
No.
No one's showing mid, they should know. They have a ward inside the jungle as well, so not seeing the Storm back up and farm.
Scanned on top of where they were already?
Invis hero, bro. Did you see the Riki in the game?
Yeah, and the smoke that didn't pop.
At least they got 2 more to 2 more to potentially do something with.
Wish they had the scan for that exact spot right now as they make the dive onto the morph, but he's already shifting.
He's not dying. Oh, maybe. Holy sh... That's so much damage. Erica...
Cicada's out of mana.
He still survives her, and now he's out of mana on the Storm. They're going to be able to catch up to him with ease.
Got Ravage too.
Help, but he's got no one. Desire is maybe waiting in the wings. No Terrorize is available. Cicada's just going to run them away from the team.
Oh, this would be huge. The Lotus.
They stole the Lotus. They stole it, dude. They stole it. Oh, no. Maybe the one thing they could play with. Is he going to Ravage? He shouldn't live, right? All right, they'll get the Enigma. So they'll get something. CSJ, they won't have the lasso, though, to get any more, but they might continue to chase. They're going to be cautious over the Sky respawning. They did refill the bottle on Cicada as well, so he's got a little bit of mana to work with.
Going to be able to get away as well towards that mid lane. Make sure that that power rune goes over to him. I mean, I'm a little surprised with how much damage he's been able to output here. You know, yes, you've got the Skywrath Mage to be able to play with you, but I mean, Erica nearly dying while full attribute shifting towards strength was not something that I had on the cards. See the impact of that Meteor Hammer. Already able to push God King out of the lane into the bottom line of creeps, playing on the Radiant side. Oop, let's zip onto the morph, but again, he's shifting.
They might go for Shining instead. Cloak is being picked up, so Shining's pretty survivable with this. And everything's going to be used from the support, so as soon as the extra reinforcements show up, they will have to just hope they can get away with their own lives, and that will be the case. Echoes joins the last hit, and they are okay.
Yeah, they're happy enough to just be able to get the tower, right? That was the whole goal of them making that movement in the first place. And yeah, I mean, it feels like a very logical build-up here for Shining, though, doesn't it, right? Like, he's going into the pipe to be able to negate a lot of the magic damage that they've got coming through. And, I mean, even if the Morphling gets caught again, the only thing that you're worried about right now is Storm Zip in, Skywrath Mage, Ancient Seal, Bedlam on Dark Willow. Yeah, anything other than that, you're probably not dying. Hopefully this time they get the Wisdom Runes for themselves. Looks like they'll at least get one.
And you see they're itemizing for all that damage. You know, we spoke about the pipe on the Tide, but Manta for Echoes, even Morph is going for it, first item. I mean, it's definitely more core on him, but yeah, they're just reading. This is the items that they're going to need to be able to survive through be able to purge off all the control from the Sky and Willow and be able to get out of danger.
I don't know if I like the Manta on Echoes. Surely the BKB is a better option. Means that Anti-Mage just can't join fights, right? He's not going to be mana breaking you in a lot of these engagements. Storm can't control you. I don't know. Feels a little bit odd to me. Maybe
it's just a flashy.
Sure. Always have to be flashy. Ravage
yeah,
up in
of course. Dude, normal line's level 10. Are you serious? This I got it onto 2 as well. Ravage to follow. Enigma's somehow still alive, but is going to drop shortly afterwards. They do have Storm starting to rotate, but Cicada needs to be here. If these fights are going to happen, it's just... Unfortunately, you're just going to be on another level to be able to read every single movement. Bottom lane, I reckon God King, we're going at it.
I mean, at least that time around, it was the last Dark making a play onto Big Brain and not the other way around. You know, if they were making that sort of aggressive movement saying, hey, we got Black Hole, hey, we got Ancient Seal, we've got Mech on the Enigma, which was what enabled him to survive that little bit longer, then I would be like, but bruh, where is Cicada? He needs to be with you this entire time. I guess he's at the moment focused on at least picking up the Witchblade for himself for that little bit of extra damage, which, you know, it's going to be nice for sure, even just the slow to be able to enable the Mystic Flare a little bit more, at least until some of these 4-staffs come out, which, I mean, Batrider could look to buy into one pretty shortly. Give a ton of value. Might just be rushing that Blink Dagger, though.
Looks like that's the case. Pretty close to it.
Big shield on the side.
And it's a big couple of kills if they're able to find it. Cicada might still go down with a run then over the top. It's a 1-for-1, but they'll also chain it into the Dark Willow kill. Tiggy's trying to run under the invulnerability. He'll be caught up to knocking down the door. And now Batrider's already setting up on the Enigma top lane as well. They've got a pretty nice ward that sees no one else behind him. So he's going to start to poke and prod, forcing out some reactions. Get the sticky up, and eventually once the team is close enough, he can look to drag it back with the lasso. He did go a little bit early though. Black Hole as well, because just why not? Get the kill on the Batrider, but now your Sky is going to die as well. We're stepping over the mark, and you are an ultimate down.
Oh, Shining's going to be able to take this Ancient stack as well. The dream, and it's right at 17 minutes, so Ancients still have that slightly higher likelihood of dropping neutral items. Nah, this stack is far more important than any courier.
Could they contest it, even if you got it?
Nah.
Well, God King check. He is 500 away from Battle Fury.
Let's go.
One of the latest ones we've seen. Cicada, they got ravaged up in a couple seconds. It's just up there in the nick of time. Oh no, dude, it just continues to get worse.
Time for Meteor Hammer Gaming. Come on, Shining. Maybe he just wants to get double value out of it. Use the hammer on the creep wave as well as the tower itself, or just don't use Meteor Hammer ever. Okay, I see how it is.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Conserve the mana, bro.
Are they doing Roche?
I think they are. We got 2 points,
gosh. No Ember Spirit yet. You can get the Bounty Rune look to join them, so at least they'll have that Orb of Corrosion.
Oh man, he's going Deso on Echoes. You take a look at the armor on Radiant. I mean, Sky's got 3, Dark Willow has a 5, Enigma has a 9 with Mech. It's just gonna eat them apart with the Morph, with the Gush as well. I like that choice a lot.
I do too. I mean, again, this is why I was like, well, they could just go once they've got the BKB, right? They've got so much damage, especially on the Ember Spirit. That is the main one that I'm really looking at here. But you know what? It's going to allow them to end the game early-ish, prevent any of those, you know, big game-ending black holes that we've seen can happen at like the 50-plus minute mark of some of these team fights. So, you know, Meteor Hammer speeds the game up, makes space for the Morphling. I feel like the Desolator at this rate, it's for hero kills, sure, but it's also just to make sure that that high ground siege goes a little bit faster when the death timers are still going to be short-ish.
They smoked around Desire. It was acting as a block, but just wasn't in the right position. They sweep through the secret shop. As a result, they're going to be able to get the jump onto the Storm Spirit. Cicada down for his 3rd time this game, and now they can deal with mid and top, start to control the triangle, which gives them a powerful position to go from lane to lane and put pressure on these tier 2 towers.
They got good vision as well. Set up, you know, mid is already pushing in. Eidolon's looking to try and deal with it, and yeah.
Nice body blocks.
Yep.
Dude. They're looking so good, man. And with this momentum potentially heading into... They're going to close it out, but if they have this momentum heading to the next game where they already 2-0'd the Team 0 yesterday, damn, they must feel very, very good.
No. Ultra confident if they're able to do this in, you know, a first series. This is clinical. You know, it really doesn't feel like there's too much that Big Brain can do against this, just because they've gone far too much into one style of draft. And well, they actually TP out. I was thinking maybe they might try and yoink away that Tormentor, but guess their main concern is just keeping locked onto God King. You know, eventually, if he's able to get into that later stage, if the Enigma is as well, that's going to provide a big benefit to them. But, you know, we want techies to have the reactive taser shard. Just going to push down mid now. One glyph left for them, and I really don't think they're going to want to use it onto this mid lane. That is
Can
a
they kill
tanky
Tide?
boy. Nope.
Yeah, and look at the lasso instantly with the follow-up from normal, and two will go down. An ambitious attempt. Tide is, you got Pipe, you got Children. This guy is looking unkillable at this stage.
That was the thing. Like, I was like, how is Cicada, even if he has an amazing Storm Spirit game, how is he going to kill this Tide Hunter? And then you jump onto him when he's got a freaking shield rune, a free 1100 HP off top of the 2300 that you've already got. It was a little bit crazy for them to make that sort of move.
And then Echoes also just takes the Wisdom Room away, so continuing everything go their way. T2 Towers now clean, all the outer towers with still 2 minutes 30 left on the Aegis.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
'Tis mine.
Any Gossamer capes in the chat? All right, we got one on Enigma. Good against the Ember Spirit. Hopefully Willow... Does Willow even have a tier 2 item claimed, or have they just not been able to pick up enough? Yeah, it looks like she can utilize that token if she wanted to.
Is under attack.
Hopefully for her sake, she picks up the Gossamer. I don't think a Philosopher's Stone is going to give too much value this game. You need to try and win the fights now. You can't just hope that the last arc aren't going to try and end, because they want to. They're closing in on that Desolator timing. They're closing in on a Skadi as well for Erica. He's only got one of the components, sure, but it won't be too long
Nice
until he's
scan.
got more.
What a read. They saw
Yeah, you've got
that
Blink on the
Eric-
Tide too.
All right. And they're already up high ground. And no one's home. So formation can start to get set up behind Erica with the Aegis for another minute 20.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh. Right. No Mystic
Back
Flare.
up.
They're going to try and get the jump. Batrider, that is such a huge target. Ravage as well to clip anyone else that's playing behind him. And these are going to be heroes without a buyback too. Cicada will attempt to go in, but the replicant on the sky
They're gonna
gives them
call
a
it.
silence. It's just over. It does not matter whenever this anti-mage comes online. You will not have a base. You will not have a team to play with. This is just a masterclass performance from the boys on Last Ark.
Yeah, typical anti-mage contribution this game, unfortunately. I just saw like the stutter step that Cicada had once he got hit with the Mystic Snare, with the Ancient Seal from the Morphling replicating into the Scarith Mage. And it's like, man, really? Really? Is this what's going to be happening to me this game? Because he's having such a rough one.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Did you stop?
No, I don't think so. Aegis 20 seconds away. Maybe they just wait for the Korea to bring out their next items after a big successful team fight. Claim a power rune. Got the Skadi off the back of that. Yeah, so completed as well. God King's hitting the high
King's
ground as
hitting
well.
a tier 3.
Yeah, I
Let's go.
mean, he's trying to bait someone back, but I mean, Ember can be the one.
Oh, Lasso. Oh, they got Cicada again. Back into the meteor. Oh, very close. Almost Erica did enough damage throughout the lasso as well.
So I probably don't want to go high ground just yet, right? Like, in a minute they can. It'll be lasso up, ravage up, morph back available. Any other items set to come out for them? What's Techie's got coming through? Another pipe, sure. Why not?
Oh, why not? Dude, yeah, it's just... All right. Like, I have all of this gold. I don't know what to spend it on.
Even just the passive
Generator.
magic resist feels nice, you know?
Yeah. Just got more gold than he knows to spend. Higher than the Storm. Somehow, I mean, he's an Enigma with a Midas. He's about to have more than as well. So, yeah, like you said, I like the call. Just wait for the ultimates. You know, just a minute. They're going to be back up shortly. Enigma's already hunting as well. I think they got a glimpse of the Enigma outside the base. So...
Yes, they do.
He's got a buyback at least.
Got a TP as
Storm's
well.
going to try and zip in as well. Black Hole, but instantly stop. Ravage as well. No messing around. Shining sees some kills. And he's going to be rewarded for that.
He is not going to do anything either. They just end up getting feet in the same direction they were walking anyway. And now you have no Black Hole. Sure, you have no Ravage, but you still got the lasso. You know, when you're looking to go inside of the base. Just going to use the Firefly on the sideline, stick shining out there for a little bit of that extra vision, and he's going to be able to play the Dark Willow.
It's just a freebie who has no buyback. It's going to be Megas, and yeah, this is game. It's been game for a while. What an incredible performance, and they're going to call it as well. So Big Brain, they will end the tour off, unfortunately, in 4th place, losing both the previous game and now this game.